Well, hello, my wonderful friends. I'm doing a check-in. It's been a little while yet again, so sorry about that. Life. It's been a very busy and really awesome week, actually. So, where we last left off, I had officially resigned from my job, and I'm still actually dealing with some insurance stuff because evidently, my primary insurance had not been terminated as of yet with my employer, so it should be now that it's been, days later. But I'll check on that, when I get a chance, when it's actually Monday because it's still the weekend. But yeah, like I said, I had wrote like a short email to the CEO, basically just, thanking him, and also just said, hey, there's been a number of issues that have come up, and if you want some details on it, let me know. Otherwise, I wish you guys all the best and, continued success and love and all that. And I haven't heard back. I really didn't expect to, but I just thought I'd do that because it's, the decent thing to do in my eyes. Like, I want to take a high road, in all of this. So even though, like, I do have, like, a huge relief to have parted now at this point because of all the massive things that have been going on for quite some time. But, it's still like a bittersweet thing too, because I have dedicated so much of my time to it, and it's something I was very passionate about and very good at, But alas, here we are. And there is like a part too that I'm like, with as well of a job that I've done, I wish that there was more care, in some regard. But these days, employers don't really care like anymore like they used to. Like, it's not like it was like, maybe 15 years ago, right? Like, I'm aging myself here, but times are different. And in fact, like, I've seen a couple things where it's like it's better to like change jobs every couple of years because like you can oftentimes get better pay and whatever else. I don't know all the validity in that because I only know my experiences, but I'm one of those people that, like, I'm very dedicated, let's circle back like from the very beginning of this channel. Like, I'm loyal to a fault, right? That's one of my toxic traits, I like to say. So I don't know, what it is what it is. We'll sort it out. As of right now, I'm just taking it day by day, enjoying my family, and just trying to continue to grow as a person, in all facets, especially spiritually and mentally. Like, I'm really trying to like work on that better. I don't think you can ever stop improving. I mean, I guess that's a known thing, right? That's not like a special thought of mine, but I think you continually can grow and become a better version of yourself every day. And sometimes it's easy to get like lost in remembering that because like you get so caught up in like the day to day and like sometimes like just survival and just getting through just even simple things like, well, we got to dust the house, like we got to clean, we got to do the dishes, now it's time to cook, now it's, you know what I mean, the go 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 thing, which I have a really bad habit of falling into very easily. I think like our society definitely cultivates like that kind of mentality, and if you don't have that mentality, a lot of people are having strong opinions, like, oh, you're maybe you're stupid or you're lazy or whatever, which that's not true. That's not true at all. But neither here nor there. I'm already going off on a tangent. I have a tendency to do that. You guys know this. But either way, so anyway, we had a really fantastic visit. My mom actually came in and stayed with us for a week. And at first I was like a little bit like worried about it because I thought she might get bored, honestly, because like we're not the most exciting people. Like, we're very chill. We're homebodies for the most part, and try to keep things fairly simple. We do like to like go out and do fun things on occasion, but mostly it's just like chilling at home and doing the day-to-day. And I know my mom, when she comes to visit, like she's used to like, a lot of action and activity and like days full of things. So I was worried about that. But yeah, she came and it was honestly like such a lovely time. We haven't really connected like that in a very, very long time. And it was really nice. It was actually really nice. And the way she interacted with baby was just so endearing and heartfelt, and I don't know, it was awesome. Baby definitely loves grandma. Let's just say that. Like, I think she's gonna miss her a lot. Like, I think she's already missing her because, you know, grandma's holding her as often as possible, pretty much like all freaking day, and like playing with her all the time, and of course spoiling her with like cute little toys and stuffed animals. In fact, she got a really cute stuffed animal. I need to show you. I don't have it with me because she has it and she's trying to sleep right now. It's like this little tiny like Sasquatch doll, which I thought was so freaking cute. And my husband made a joke. He's like, oh, she likes it because it looks like me. And so now we're calling it Daddy Baby. So, you know, stupid little nickname, but yeah, she loves Daddy Baby. But it was great. So yeah, mom stayed with us. The first night, you know, we just hung out and chilled and everything, got her unpacked and situated. Next night, we actually had our big Journey concert. So we bought tickets for this, I think we figured out like 7 months ago, 8 months ago. I don't know, it's been a while. And I didn't realize that this is actually like their last tour. You know, it's called the Final Frontier. And so yeah, so silly me, I didn't realize it was like their last ever. And it happened to be like Mo's like first like real concert ever. And oh my God, guys, it was so freaking good. It was so cool. Yeah, we went to Van Andel, and it wasn't a totally sold out show, but it was pretty close to. Like, it was really packed. I think there was only like one like section of seating that didn't have anybody in it, and it almost looked like it was intentional because there was like one security guard like just chilling there the whole time. So I don't know what the deal was with that, but otherwise it was pretty jam-packed. And I'm not gonna lie to you, like, even though these guys are like older and they've been doing this for a very long time, they are so good still. Like, every single one of them are so dang talented in that band. Like, they play their instruments beautifully. They're all fantastic singers, and the energy that they had was just incredibly impressive. I was like, I don't have that energy, and these dudes are like double my age, you know, like, that's nuts. So hats off to them, and hope they have a great rest of their tour here. But it was awesome. Mo had a great time. You know, they had like these big screens, and they protected like some kind of like cheesy like animations here and there, but it was also like cool and kind of like retro. And they did do some like pyrotechnics, which was neat. I have never been to a concert that did that, you know, that played with the fire, so that was cool. Awesome time. So I got a couple short videos of that. I will be posting that, which will come out like obviously before this, because you know me, I'm always basically uploading from the past. So and I know that may be strange because, you know, typically people post as they go, you know, like, but I don't know. I am actually, despite me sharing so much, a fairly private person, and so like I don't want people like to be totally up in my business entirely, like as it's unfolding, and rather you hear the story later, I suppose. So that's what happened. But mom watched the baby, and you know, that's the first time ever that both of us have been away for baby, and so like we were a little bit nervous about that too, because you know, that's our baby, you know. But yeah, she had a really good time with grandma. Grandma taught her to raise the roof. So that was cute. They had baby party, and yeah, they had a really nice time together, and she did a great job, mom did, with baby. And baby was good, so that's awesome. And we got home, and baby did happen to be awake at that point, so you know, I was glad, because I really wanted her to come to bed with me, because my mom offered. She's like, I can, you know, put her to sleep. And at first I was like, yeah, but I was really glad she was awake because I missed her so much, and I just couldn't help but think, I can't wait till she does finally get a little bit bigger and we can take her to a concert, you know. Like, we'll get her like the headphone things, but like I've seen other families at shows before that bring their children, and you know, the kids are just dancing out on the floor, having an amazing time, and it's so cute. And yes, but ear protection is very important, especially for babies. It is for adults too, and I'm not good at that. I'll admit that, but yeah, baby for sure. But yeah, mostly it was fairly chill. We just kind of made dinners, hung around the house. Mom and I had like what we call like cocktail hours. So like when it's very late and baby's going to bed and my husband's going to bed, like we would stay up and have like a little drink. Not every single night for my mom, but we would have a drink and watch our like reality TV. So that was cool. Mo will put up with my reality shows, and like get into it a little bit, but it's not really his thing. But Mom's into it, so it was like, oh, cool. Like this is nice to have somebody who like really does enjoy this, and we'll sit here and watch it, and we can, talk about everybody. And I don't know, I like it. But yeah, so we did that. Had a lot of bonding, which is sweet. Had a day where we just like did some shopping. I mean, that was pretty much it. We went to like 4 different stores. There's a couple places that Mom really wanted to hit up because we're actually planning for a barbecue later in the week in honor of Father's Day. So she wanted to pick up a few things and wanted to thank my aunt because my aunt has been a big part in my mom coming here to stay. And my aunt doesn't like to give up my mom easily. So it was kind of funny because I was like, thank you for, sparing her for a few days. And my aunt's like, it's more than a few days. So yeah, big thank you to her. She made it all possible. But yeah, we did our shopping, got a few things, and that was pretty much the entirety of the day, which when you get up at like noon, 1 o'clock, your day's not that long because baby likes to sleep. And I did have to get her up a little bit earlier a couple days, and she did pretty good, but like towards the end of the night though, when it's like around normal bedtime, it's been hard to settle her. Like I think last night it took like 3 hours to settle her. She would, fall asleep and then just like wake up like screaming, not like fussing, not just like crying, like screaming, like she's in pain. So I'm like, I don't know if she's teething, like we're trying to figure all this stuff out. She's drooling a lot, she's chewing a lot on a lot of things, so she might be. But yeah, it was really hard to settle her. And so, we haven't been getting a lot of sleep the past couple nights. But yeah, like I said, did the shopping, and then we went to the zoo yesterday. We went to Binder Park, and it's not like a really big zoo or anything, but like it's a cute like little family thing to do. And you can feed the giraffes there, like that's the big like highlight. And we really wanted to do that and, take baby to do that, if you will. And so, yeah, we went. Weather was actually nice because it's been like kind of rainy and cold here for the most part, like all week. But weather was actually very nice. I got a little bit of sun. You can probably see like I got a little on my cheeks. I got a little on my shoulders under here. I did not put on sunblock. Guys, put on your sunblock, even if you don't think it's that sunny. If you got like, the sickly skin of a Victorian child, just put it on. So should have done that. But went, we spent a couple hours there. It was actually really fun. And our main goal, like I said, was to go to the giraffes, and we did, and it was absolutely jam-packed there. And I felt really bad because the tram that you can take to get to that section, I guess they said something about like being understaffed and like the waits would be longer and stuff. And we're like, yeah, we don't want to wait. And the line was huge. So we were like, yeah, we'll just walk there. Huge mistake. We should have waited. Yeah, it was a considerable walk, and it's not smooth, and it's a lot of inclines. And first of all, I am not like that in shape, if you can't tell. Like, I'm not. And my mom has like a knee that she's had like replaced, so like it's not comfortable. She's like in pain a lot. So it was not an easy walk, and I was like really worried, just one misstep, you're gonna take a tumble. So when we finally got there, I was like, yeah, we're taking the tram back. Like, we're gonna wait. We're not doing that again. Not at all. So, but yeah, we got there, and we got to do the giraffes. Baby got to feed a giraffe, and I'm just like, my God, I'm like, you're only 3 months old, and look at all the things you've already done. I can't wait till you're like big enough to like remember stuff, have those core memories. I mean, shoot, maybe she will have a core memory from this stuff, and I just don't know, and we don't know yet, right? maybe like somewhere deep down in her subconscious, she's gonna remember like something, you know. I don't know. I like to think so. But yeah, we did it. We decided to eat at like the cafe that was there, which was also a mistake. You guys, my misadventures, right? Like, that's the way it goes. It was not tasty in any facet. You know, they served like burgers, hot dogs, like grilled chicken, like that kind of thing. And we were so hungry at this point. And we thought like it was gonna be like a restaurant, like, you know, real meals, like a grill, like that kind of thing. But I'm pretty sure everything was just like microwaved kind of stuff. And I don't know. It was not good. It was dry. It was not tasty. The condiments were like baking in the frickin' sun, including mayonnaise. And I'm like, that can't be okay. And you know, the fries were like 10 years old. Again, they tasted like it. I don't know. But whatever. Part of the experience, I guess. And also, like, this poor zoo is in pretty bad, you know, shape right now. I was kind of shocked. Like, there's a section where, like, a family warned us, like, their daughter, like, almost broke her leg on. And we're like, what? And we go up there, and, like, yeah, like, in the floor, there's, like, a literal frickin' hole. Like, a big hole. Not a little hole. Like, a big hole. And then if you step on the board, like, it flips up. Because, like, Mo went over there and, like, tested it. And, yeah, if you were unsuspecting or didn't see it, you could definitely get your foot caught in there and, like, get it messed up pretty bad. And in retrospect, I wish I had, like, taken the time to, like, maybe alert a staff member or something. Because, like, somebody's going to get hurt on that. And there was other sections, like, that were, like, bowing in. Like, you could tell it was, like, rotted. And, like, there's sections of, like, fence that have, like, totally fallen off. And all they did was, like, put up, like, some caution tape. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty dangerous. Especially if you're bringing families, you know, with kids, right? Yeah. Super dangerous. But overall, it was a really nice day. Again, it's a beautiful day to be outside and, you know, look at some animals and... Definitely got a healthy walk-in. Yeah. I paid for it the next day. I was definitely feeling sore. Like, my feet are, like, stiff and swollen. And gotta work out. And then today, we had to drop my mom off to my aunt's because she's going back home and they're going together. And we had, like, a barbecue for, like, Father's Day for my grandpa. And I haven't seen my grandpa in a very long time, and keep in mind I have several grandparents, so you know, I talk about many of them often. But yeah, I haven't seen this particular set of grandparents for quite some time, and yeah, it was awesome. There was actually quite a few people that showed up that I was not expecting to, and I don't know. We just spent time together, ate some good food, hung out, got to show the baby off, which is really cool. Everyone thought she was cute. Everyone loves the cheeks. And I don't know. It was nice. It was really nice to reconnect because I feel like I've been very, like, distant from my family in a way for a very long time. And it's only, like, as of fairly recent that I've actually started, like, reconnecting. And really, if you want to think about it, it has all been, like, kind of revolving around, like, Mo and I committing to each other and, you know, starting our own family, that I suppose that now I'm really realizing how important it is to keep your family close, because at the end of the day, the most important thing in your life is your family, you know? So whatever that looks like to you. So for me, it is reconnecting the people who have loved and cared for me throughout my life. And, you know, even if you have to, you know, get past some things, because, you know, life isn't easy. And especially when you're a kid, you probably get, like, upset about, like, a lot of things because you're like, well, this isn't fair, this isn't right. And it's hard to, like, look past the behind the scenes things, right? But I guess maybe I'm still just growing up, even though I'm, like, you know, mature. Apparently I'm getting white hair. Mo pulled a white hair off of me, or what he thought was a white hair. I thought maybe it was blonde, but I'm like, well, maybe it is, because I, you know, dye my hair so often. I don't give it a chance to come through, and I haven't dyed my hair since February, in fact, so yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, guys, that's it. Just wanted to tell you about a really nice week we had. We needed this kind of relaxation and, you know, back to the normal everyday from here on out for now. Gonna get our house back in order, do some like deep cleaning, dusting, all that stuff, and I'll let you know what happens next. Thanks for listening. Take care of yourself, love one another, and if you could, like, share, and subscribe. Bye-bye.